Hey everybody, this is your Digital Super Saiyan 3 back here with a new video, and, well, I know I'm a little late celebrating the 20th anniversary of this show, but honestly, I don't care. Anyway, today I'm going to be reviewing the first ever episode of Sonic X, Chaos Control Freaks. So here we go. We start off on Sonic's world, Mobius, or Green Hill, or whatever the heck you want to call it. And we see Big the Cat sleeping by a tree. And then, in the distance, he begins hearing alarms go off. And robots beginning to defend this fortress. And it's the fortress of Dr. Eggman. Let alone and behold, Sonic the Hedgehog himself boosts in to take on Eggman's forces. Of course, Eggman begins to mount his defenses to stop Sonic from entering his base. As the robots continue to attack Sonic, one of Eggman's robots knocks Sonic loopy, only for Sonic to get saved by Tails and Amy when Tails launched a ring right at Sonic, allowing Sonic to spin dash his way through Eggman's forces. But in doing so, Tails' plane ends up getting shot down as Tails and Amy begin heading towards a rock and about to crash into it, only for Knuckles to end up saving Tails and Amy. Only for Knuckles to make this comment: overkill, same as always. Only for us to be introduced to our main villain, Dr. Eggman, voiced by Mike Pollock. Yes. And Mike Pollock went on to become a mainstay in the Sonic the Hedgehog franchise ever since his appearance on Sonic X as the Mad Doctor. Anyway, Eggman has created a power amplifier and has managed to get his hands on all 7 Chaos Emeralds. And yes, he's also captured Cream the Rabbit and her chow friend Cheese. Also hanging out in the same room in the rafters is Rouge the Bat. And don't worry, we will get to see her again later. Anyway, Sonic makes his way towards Eggman's command center. And Eggman threatens to push the button to his amplifier, telling Sonic that he's too late. I'm going to use the power amplifier. Only for Sonic to say, you could probably push it before I can grab it. Try pushing it before I grab it. Of course, Eggman then sends another robot to try to stop Sonic, and the robot begins shooting at Sonic. Sonic has been avoiding this robot's fire, but the robot ends up hitting the power amplifier. Thus, a massive boom hits the base, as the entire base and everything around it is swallowed up in a massive light. On the outside of the base, Knuckles, Tails, and Amy look on. And Amy asks, "What's that?" And Knuckles says, "That used to be Chaos Control." Thus, the massive white light takes in everything around it. Sonic then wakes up and he finds himself in a strange city and surrounded by a bunch of cars that attempted to run him over. Then, a bunch of police officers arrive to try to take Sonic down to the station with them. But very quickly, that does not go so well for these police officers, as Sonic makes them look like idiots. Yes, Sonic makes these police officers look so foolish in this scene. And then one of the police officers tries to throw a net over Sonic, but it doesn't work out for that same officer, because Sonic just ends up taking off with the net around him. Then we cut to a squad car after they had just heard that a blue hedgehog just appeared out of nowhere. The police officers think maybe it's one of them new foreign sports cars that probably have a hood ornament that looks like a hedgehog, only for Sonic to arrive and jump on the hood of their car. And yet again, these officers look so foolish, as Sonic just jolts off of them. Of course, the police copter then gets signaled to headquarters to put up a massive barricade to stop Sonic from going towards the 101. Towards Route 101. However, their plan to stop Sonic with the barricade gets thwarted very easily when Sonic just jumps a great distance over the barricade. Like he goes over their heads, just jumps over this barricade. He doesn't go through it, he doesn't go under it, he goes over. And the police officer who established the barricade said, well, at least he didn't go through it or under it. Thus, in order to catch Sonic, the police headquarters send out the high-speed patrol unit, or the S-Team for short, led by Sam Speed. Oh, and don't worry, we get more into him later on in the series, because he is going to be a reoccurring character in the series. Anyway, the S-Team get prepped, getting their gear ready, and their Formula 1 race cars, and began taking off. Sonic soon stops and is sitting on top of a light post, looking up at the stars, asking, did I travel through space and time? And if so, what happened to my friends? Sonic is pondering what happened to the others, if he's the only one who came here, or if the others had made it here with him. Sonic says, guess I'll find out, and then jumps off of the pole, only to be greeted by Sam. Sam tells Sonic that I've only made one arrest this year, basically because some hotshot had his own Formula 1 race car, try to give me a run for my money, but I then taught him a lesson. And then encourages Sonic, run, little hedgehog, run all you like, but we will catch you. Soon the S-Team begins hauling ass after Sonic, and Sam follows in suit, following his team members. The S-Team cars try to box Sonic in, but Sonic yet again makes these guys look foolish, and even gets up on one of the S-Team members' car, and the S-Team member is like, hey, that's dangerous. What if kids start trying this? And then Sonic, breaking the fourth wall, Sonic would then say, kids, do not use Formula 1 race cars to chase hedgehogs. Thus, Sonic takes off, only for Sam to tell his team to move aside and open up the center line. I'm dealing with this. Sam then initiates his nitro. But then Sonic ran past Sam, shocked that Sonic moved faster than him. Sam in disbelief. No way, he's moving faster than the speed of sound. Sonic then ran off of a bridge and begins making his descent, flying past a bunch of windmills at supersonic speed. Sonic said, this planet looks very interesting. And then, all of a sudden, he finds himself about to land in a swimming pool. And then Sonic said, a pool? Uh-oh. And uh-oh is right, because if you know Sonic, he can't freaking swim. So Sonic hits the pool, and a loud splash wakes a sleeping boy from his slumber, and the boy begins heading downstairs slowly. And of course, he ends up rescuing the hedgehog from his swimming pool. Then the boy introduces himself. I can't believe it. You actually talk. And Sonic says, yeah, I could do a lot of things. Then the boy introduces himself as Christopher, or Chris for short. And then Sonic says, I'm Sonic. Sonic the Hedgehog. And thus ends the first episode of Sonic X. Final thoughts? It was the episode that got this series off the ground. And yes, the series went on to have a total of 78 episodes. I mean, not bad for a show like this. And I gotta say, yeah, this is one of those Sonic shows I more often or not revisited throughout the 2010s and even during the 2020s. Anyway, this has been your Digital Super Saiyan 3, and I will see you guys later. See ya, and gotta go fast.